Hi guys, and to deal with the summer transfer window finishing on Friday, I'm going to go through the list of ins and outs and do a review and tell you what I think of it. So let's get started. So I'm going to do everything as best as order like as it happens. So yeah, so our first time with Nick Tarius, Kangas from Central Coast Mariners for underscore three. I think it was a 4 year contract, was my opinion. To be fair, we haven't really saw much of him so far as our preferred partnership at the back has been Luke O'Neill and Dan Ballard. But I am looking forward, and from what I have seen of him, he's looked okay. He hasn't looked anything special, but yeah, we'll say he's only 20 years old, so hopefully he'll when he gets to run the team, takes his chance and does well. So yeah, and he's got a lot of potential. So yeah. And then after that was Joe Bellingham from Birmingham City. He signed at underscore three on a long-term contract. My opinion is he started. Obviously, he's probably the one with Bradley Dack who's came in and made an impact in the start of the game for us. And from what I've saw I've been really impressed from him. Obviously, he scored the two goals against Rotherham. He looked really good. He played well against Southampton, and he's a really good footballer at 17. It's scary to think what he can be like in a few years. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more of him. He's a real talent, and yeah. The next one was Jimenez from Benfica. He signed a 5 year contract. It was either on a free transfer or under scope, was my fault. To be honest, he obviously started against Ipswich and looked a bit out of his depth to see if I'm being taught honestly. But from what I've seen like against like in pre-season and some of the games off the bench, I think in time we do have a real player on our hands. He looked promising. Like against Southampton yesterday, he should have scored. I'm not going to sit there and lie, but it definitely looked positive. And like I said, whether he's ready now, I don't know. But in like a few years' time, I think we'll have a real player on his hand and it's a project. And to be fair, he doesn't have to be first choice striker with Ruslan and Burstone coming in, what I'll talk about in a minute, but we'll see what happens. But I am on the whole think it'll eventually work out and think we've got a hell of a striker on our hands. Whether it's now though, I don't know. One thing I would like to get his first goal pretty quickly, if you get what I mean, and hopefully that'll sing his confidence. So yeah. Then after Jensen Sale arriving from PSV from underscore three, I think that was a 5 year contract. In my opinion, I mean, we haven't really saw much of him this so far. As like he's been injured quite. He's been unlucky with injury since he came here. Obviously, he was on the bench yesterday and was on the bench against Coventry. But in my opinion, I did like the look at. We're filming a 40-minute cameo in pre-season when we're in America. And to be fair, he looked decent. A ball playing centre half, what was good. What yeah. But yeah, I can't really see it as much as like I've just said, I haven't really saw, but again, that looks a promising sign, and if it's anything, what he looked in pre-taking, he should be good. And I'll be honest with you, I think eventually this season he'll probably be the one that O'Nine's been brilliant so far this season, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one that outlaws O'Nine eventually if you get the main. So yeah. Then we'll sign Bradley Dack on a free from Blackburn, a 1 year contract, the option of another year. When we first signed him, or before we signed him, when we've been at the limit with him, I was thinking, why are we signing him? But I completely understand it, and I'm completely on board with it. It's a low risk signing on a 1 year contract on a free. He knows Tony Mowbray. He probably played the best football of his career under Tony Mowbray. If you get what I mean, and yeah, like I said, it's low risk. He obviously, I think he got off to a decent start. He got an assist against Rotherham. He scored against Southampton, and as well, it adds valuable experience to the squad. What is like heavily what I think now after the parts we've only got 5 players in that squad over 25. I think Dak or 9 evidence, but he's still out long term. Um, Pritchard. and Pat Roberts. Everybody else is under the age 25. But yeah, I think he'll do well for us. So yeah. Then Mienda from Sagrid, I don't know for underscores fate. He obviously got unlucky and got injured after his first training session. But this one I think is more of a long term project, and I expect him to be fourth choice striker. But even though he is, I'm excited to see what he can do when if he gets a chance if this season. But again, like me, I imagine that this is one for the future and is one that probably we won't say much of now. I would have to imagine, but he'll do. He might be in the future as he's only 18 years old. So yeah, but we'll say what happens when he gets back from injury. What is not long now. I don't think so. Yeah, so then we signed Nathan Bishop from Manchester United on underscores free, signed a 3-year contract. I'm going to be honest with you, this was probably just the most boring signing of the transfer window, if we're being honest. It's a backup goalkeeper who is there to cover Anthony Patterson until if anything happens to him. I don't see him playing much. From the game against Crewe in the Cup, he didn't really look that convincing, but what do you expect from a backup goalkeeper? You are going to get someone outstanding if you get what I mean, so yeah. Then on to the deadline day signing. Our only loan signing was Mason Burstone from Chelsea. To be fair, I think it's a really good loan signing. There was, I mean, he looked a good promising young striker. He was on the bench every week for Chelsea before coming this season before he signed. He got on a few times as well, and AC Milan was after him. So yeah, I'm excited to see how it turns out. I can't say I know much about him. I know he scored a few goals for Charlton, earning his move to Chelsea. But yeah, we'll see. Let's see how he does. So yeah. Then Nazian Rusem from someone in Ukraine. This one is a complete unknown if we're in total honesty with you. He's a 24 Ukrainian striker who we have played quite a big favour of, for being honest, 2.5 million, especially in our terms. And it's one that could go either way, for being honest. He could either, because he's got 13 goals in the Ukrainian league, how that translate to play in the championship, I imagine it's a high standard. I don't know, but we'll have to wait. He's on the verge of the Ukraine squad. He hasn't made an appearance. He played in the Champions League before, so I'm interested how it works out. And yeah. I mean, it's a bit older than that. Prime time plays. He's 24. We normally never sign one that old, so I must think he's decent and his worst friend in the transfer free. So yeah. Then we signed Timothy Pembelia from PSG for underscores fee. I'm excited about this one. I think he's made appearances for PSG, if you get what I mean. And the thing that I'm happy about, we replaced Goats, because my worry was we're going to let him go and not replace him, but we've done that. He seems another promising lad. If you get what I mean, and let's see how he does. Then I'd say I think is it a Chelsea? I don't know. Again, another promising French lad. Let's just see how they do. They might need time to settle but we'll see, if you get what I mean. So that was all the income. My thought is, I think it's been a decent window, but it's all on potential, if you get what I mean, who we're trying to develop, and we'll see. I think we need particularly Rusem and Burstone to come in and hit the ground running, like especially up front, and obviously Dak and Bellingham came in and done well, and like you just said, the rest of the deadline day signings, we'll just see how it goes. So yeah. Now on the outgoings, Carl Winchester, John Shrewsbury on a free transfer. Obviously, he spent last season there, but he just made a permanent when his contract expired. Was the complete was the right time for him to go. He's a League One player, but I'll always be grateful for him for helping us get out of League One. So yeah. Leon Diaco joined her split. I think it was actually on a free. I'll be honest, I wasn't too pleased to give him away for free, I'm not gonna lie, especially at a year left on his contract, because I got a decent fee from him. But it was the right right time for him if you get to go. It just hasn't worked out with the club if you get with me, and I think he needed a fresh start. And hope he does well. Like you said, I'm not his biggest fan, but I'll be grateful he was part of the squad team that got helped scout the League One. So yeah, Bailey Wright left and went to Singapore for Lion City Souls FC on a free. I like Bailey Wright, but it was the right time to let Bailey Wright go as we just outgrown him as like a football club and his accountability. But I've I've got nothing but positive words to say about the man. He was a warrior and helped me get out of League One. He's a brilliant guy, and I wish him every success in the future. But like I said, it was the right time to let him go. So yeah, Alex Bass joined Wimbledon on loan, and I think yeah, to be honest, it probably was the right time. I wouldn't have been against him being backup goalkeeper again, but fair play to him for going out and saying I want to play what's fair play to him at Hades, and I hope he does well at Wimbledon. I think he's had a good start at Wimbledon. So yeah, let's see what happens. So yeah, I imagine he's going to Wimbledon to try and go on a permanent move away next summer, as I can't see him being here for much longer as he comes out of a year left on his contract. So yeah, Joe Anderson joined Shrewsbury on loan. I think again was the right move because like he struggled. You saw at the end of last season he struggled to get a game when we had no defenders. So obviously added in that area as well. Well, he weren't ready according to Mowbray, so he goes out to get some much needed football at the League One side, and let's hope he does well there and he can come back next year and maybe give us a decision to make whether we want him a part of the squad go into the 2024-25 season. But yeah, I hope he does well. I think once again he's had a good start at Shrewsbury. Long may it continue. Isaac Lahadley joined guitar side. I was disappointed to see Isaac Lahadley go, but as I was excited to see what he could do this season, but it just didn't work out. If you get with me, and we got a good fee for him from the Qatari side, and yeah, pretty much. Hopefully, he does well. I'm a bit worried. He's 21 and he wanted to go for guitar, but I imagine the money's good, and I can't really blame him. So yeah, Linton Gooch joined Stoke City for _3. This one was probably the one that Sunderland fans were were the most devastated about. Gooch being a brilliant servant to the club, stuck through a thick and thin, and has been a good player for us. And to be honest, I probably would have kept him in the squad just for his versatility, his experience, and all that stuff. But I can understand why he probably would have wanted to go, but told he wasn't going to be off the new contract, and yeah, but he deserves, after everything he's done, he's a brilliant bloke. I'm sure he'll do really well at Stoke, and yeah, I was absolutely gutted. I can't lie. I was in tears. I was in tears reading his farewell message. So yeah, all the best son Stoke. You've got an absolute gem there. So yeah, Elliot Embleton went to Derby on loan, and I think yeah, I mean I was surprised by it, but I can totally understand it. He's obviously coming back from a long-term injury after breaking his ankle against Hull back in December. He's I think he's weird on the pecking order in the area of the pitch he will play in the number 10. He'll have Joe Bellingham ahead of him. He'll have um Bradley Dack, Alex Pritchard still at the club. So yeah, I think they would rather play Chris Rigg ahead of him. We got a Chelsea after the bar can play there. So I think he would have just been lost in the shuffle and would have struggled. I think maybe in centre midfield he could have maybe got a game, but but yeah, I can totally understand. And after the injury, he and deserves to go on and play football if you get what I mean. And I hope he does well. He's obviously on loan. I think there's a chance he could be back in January, but we'll see. I wish him all the best. And any Derby fans watching this, you've got a very good League One player, let me tell you that. So yeah, Ross Stewart obviously departed and he went to Southampton for _3. I think it was the right thing to do. Letting Ross Stewart go, if you get what I mean. He made his intentions clear. He wasn't signing a new contract, and I think that it was just better to get all the saga done with. If you get what I mean, and I think we got a good deal for him. A player who had a year left in his contract, 2 big injuries last season, getting 10 million, what I think is good. He's done well for us. He's done really well for us, and I'll be forever grateful for what he's done, because if it weren't for him, we still might be. Every chance we still might be in League One now. But yeah, I wish him all the best at Southampton. So yeah, and Danny Bath joined Norwich on a free transfer. I thought people will not realise, but the reason why he's good is because he doesn't fit the style of play anymore, more in the way we want to play. We want to play like our defenders on the ball, breaking lines and stuff, and that's not Danny Bath's game. If you get what I mean, he's a defender who thrives in the box and stuff, and that's not his game. And if O'Neill or Ballard got injured, I don't think it wouldn't have been him that would have got in. I think Alessia, when he comes back to Jantes and sailed, or would have been ahead of him in the pecking order at 32, a year left on his contract on high wages. I can understand he was brilliant last season, and any Norwich fan, you've got a really good defender at this level. But yeah, it's the right thing. So overall in the reports as well, it's really sad. It's actually being really sad, because a lot of the players who have done well for us, like in like over the years, more, and who helped got out of the league. One is like, if I went like Winchester, Bailey Wright, Elliot, Alex, but no, Danny Bart, Ross Stewart, Lyndon Gooch, Elliot Embleton, even though that one's a loan. But yeah, overall, I think it's been a decent window, if I'm in total honesty. We'll not know how good it is until we're seeing these players play. But yeah, we kept Robertson Clark, what was big. Dan Nails did what I think now. Our number one focus got to be getting the Pat Roberts to sign a new contract. So yeah, I think we're midfielders up, but hopefully we can get away with it. So yeah, so that's the end of the video. Leave your thoughts on the window and everything like that. So yeah, so that's the end of the video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, view, comment, and see ya.